Hello and welcome to Flipped Maths with Mrs. D. Hoog. Our topic today is Introduction to Multiplication Facts, and we are learning to recall the multiplication facts up to 10 times 10. To start things off, I'm just going to remind you that you can rewind the video at any point if things aren't making sense, and I suggest you do that if that happens. Alright, so moving on. We'll start off with the keywords as we always do. We've got multiplication in multiplication facts. Multiplication, as a revision, is when you add a number to itself a certain number of times. An example would be 3 times 2 is the same as 3 plus 3 because there are 2 lots of 3. 2 lots of 3, which equals 6. And just looking over at what multiplication facts, what that actually means, it's actually basically the times tables. So 3 times 2 equals 6 is in fact a multiplication fact. So just take a moment please to record the keyword section here on your maths homework sheet. Make sure you pause the video as you do that. Much easier to do it like that. Alright, so now that you've had a go at, now that you've written that down on your homework sheet, we're going to look at some examples. So here we've got how many icy poles would you need to buy at the shops if you were having a party and there were going to be 5 people and each person would get 2 icy poles each. Now to work out this sort of question, you can use a few different strategies. It depends on what you like best. And this is just while you're actually trying to, this is basically when you're trying to recall the facts. You need to know what the facts actually mean, and this is going to help us out. So straight away we know there are 5 people with 2 icy poles each. So I have here 5, oops, it's a sad looking person. Let's rub that one off. So here we have 1 person, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then if each person is getting 2 icy poles, so there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you can add them up and you know there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 icy poles all together. That's the drawing out method. Another way of drawing it out, you could go, well, I know there's 5 people and 2 icy poles each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 each, so that's 2 each. And then you still end up with 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Another strategy you can use is repeated addition when working out these sorts of questions. At the beginning stages of multiplication facts, is we have basically 5 plus 5 equals 10 because there are 2 lots of 5. And finally, the last idea that I'm going to help you with, the strategy I'm going to help you with today, is using the multiples that we looked at in the last video. And that is basically just first, second, so there's 2. You could just even write 1 and 2. And you know you need to count in 5s that many times. So you go 5, 10. Oopsies. So that's just plus 5 is 10. So 5, 10. So you're counting in 5s 2 times, which equals our answer. And then looking at this next one over here, we have 8 times 3. So you could simply, for that one there, you could just go 8 plus 8 plus 8 if you wanted. And we know that 8 plus 8 is 16. So 16 plus 8, could just do it like this. So we go 8 plus 6 is 14. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. With a place value, this is actually in the tens column, both of these ones. So they're actually worth 10, and that's why we write the 2 in the tens column, because that equals 24. Just a little piece of information for you. Alright, so the next one here, 3 times 4. For this one, I'm just going to use the strategy of counting in multiples. So I can go, I'm just going to count in 3s 4 times. So I go 3, 6, 9, 12. And then for 2 times 7, I can basically just draw it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 2 rows of 7. And then to add that up, we can go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So just some examples there. So remember at any point to stop the video and rewind back if you need some more help or to watch it again. So now I'm just going to give you some give you some questions to work out on your own. It's your turn now. And I need you to try and figure out the answers to these ones on your maths homework sheet. So the first one here, it says, how many icy poles would you need to buy if you were having a party and there were going to be 10 people and each person would get 5 icy poles? So remember on the last one, it's very similar, pretty much identical to this one here. So rewind the video if you are not sure on how to work this one out. Question 2, 5 times 5 is what? 9 times 2 and 7 times 3. So year 4s, make sure you pause the video now and have a go on your math sheet. Alright. And lastly, please remember that to record at least one real world example of this topic, multiplication facts, in box 3 on your homework sheet, and also any questions that you still have or comments, things maybe you learned about this topic in box 4 on your math sheet. So once again, I hope this video has helped you understand this maths topic, and thank you so much for listening to and watching this video about multiplication facts, introducing it to you all.